Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
More rain is moving across the mountains this evening, but so far nothing severe. Yesterday, though, a downburst in downtown Prestonsburg caused significant damage and killed a man. More on that cleanup and the victim in just a moment. But first, what can we expect overnight? Chief Meteorologist Paige Noel begins our Severe Weather Alert Day coverage. Paige?
Yeah, Steve, we've seen most of those storms get on out of here. Showers are still expected with a few pop-up storms later this evening, but I think we're almost in the clear. You'll notice as we take a look over into Stonecrest, a pretty soggy day over there. They've seen a few showers and storms once again today, but again, nothing severe over there. Now, pinpoint Doppler seeing all the heavy rain that was moving through parts of our area now into the Charleston area, where they're seeing a few storms over there as well. And now we're just dealing with some rain here and there. You'll notice a little bit of a heavier shower moving now into parts of Letcher County. So really over the past 6 hours, you notice that line of showers and storms that popped up really ahead of that main line as that cold front continues to push through the mountains. It did bring some gusty winds, some light hail as well, but we have not seen any severe warnings. We did have one over into West Virginia a little bit earlier, but it's those temperatures now, those upper 60s to lower 70s, some spots into the mid 70s, making it feel though a little bit muggy out there because those dew points are still into those mid to upper 60s. And then as we head into tomorrow, that cold front will continue to push through our area, bring us cooler temperatures and another chance for some showers and storms. But once again, not expecting anything severe as we head into your Friday. I'll break down that full forecast coming up in just a few short minutes. Steve.
Paige, thank you. A matter of minutes. That is all it took for a storm to turn deadly yesterday in Floyd County. Now the cleanup is underway. This is some incredible drone video sent to us from a viewer this morning. It could take days or longer to reopen the roads in downtown Prestonsburg, now closed. There you can see a bigger picture of the damage not only on the ground below, but also to the building where winds blew off the roof and onto the vehicles below. One man died. Here's what Prestonsburg Mayor Les Stapleton said today about the cleanup efforts.
If everything works as planned, there'll be some change to the front of it, the facade. But after that, structurally, on the inside, it's sound. Try to get it cleaned up. I mean, that's what it all boils down to. Get it cleaned up, get the street open back up, get things back to normal. Normalcy's great.
Now tonight, we are also learning more about the man killed. 61-year-old Michael Coleman was from Pike County. Moments ago, WYMT's Justin Case talked to his family. He joins us now live. Justin.
Steve, now before I talked with Michael Coleman's family, I first stopped by the offices of Pike County Schools, and the reason I did so is because I learned that Michael Coleman actually worked in the maintenance program here at Pike County Schools for about 33 years. They say he was very hardworking, started from all the way at the bottom as a maintenance worker, technician, and then worked his way all the way up to maintenance manager. They just say he was a blue-collar, hardworking guy that just really invested so much of his life into the school system. Now, I also did talk with his family members. They say he was incredibly hardworking, but also loved to make people laugh and smile. They say Coleman was the oldest of 5 siblings, and he was even a great-grandfather, actually. Family members say they will always remember him for his generosity.
He gardened every year and raised the biggest gardens, and every year he said he wasn't going to do it again that much, but he gave it all away. I mean, he canned some and put some in the freezer, but it gave him so much joy to give to others.
He had, of course, farm tractors, so he always would mow family cemeteries for his family, for his friends and neighbors and stuff, and of course plow for their gardens.
Steve, now one thing his sisters wanted me to mention is that he was a very proud Mason. He will also have his Masonic rites ritual this weekend, and we just learned his arrangement, so his visitation will be tomorrow at Thacker Memorial Funeral Home beginning at 6. Now, funeral services will also be held starting at 7 Saturday evening at Thacker Memorial, and I was told that on Sunday he will be buried at a family funeral plot. But again, much more of this conversation, much more about Michael Coleman and his life, that's coming up tonight at 11. Steve?
All right, Justin, thank you. A weather phenomenon known as a downburst caused that damage in Prestonsburg. It happened only in a matter of seconds or minutes. WYMT's Connor James continues our team coverage with where the city goes from here.
What you're seeing now is the aftermath. Nobody anticipates the strength of Mother Nature.
Nobody anticipates it, let alone watches it happen.
I mean, you could see trees and leaves and branches swarming everywhere.
For some, it was another day at the office.
There was just a rubble and just a gigantic crash. I never heard it like that.
Randall Burchett works along West Court Street, his building now blocked by debris. He was working when everything happened.
So I started checking out the building, and when I got to the front of my building and looked out the window, that's when, to my surprise, there was a roof on the street.
Others like Kayla Lazar watched the destruction unfold before her.
It was a complete whiteout for a matter of a minute, and then it was completely over.
In the path of the storm, the ceiling of the old Hawk Shop building ripped and thrown into the street. That debris landing on and killing Michael Coleman, who was just driving through.
I mean, this is a little small town, so especially right here in the center of town, it was kind of shocking.
Coleman was driving with his fiancée to eat at Billy Ray's restaurant right down the street where Kayla works.
And it's always, you know, heartbreaking to know that, especially someone who was coming to eat here with us, they've probably been here multiple times, I'm sure, probably one of our regulars.
Now many are just picking up the pieces the storm left behind. In downtown Prestonsburg, Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
Mountain Comprehensive Care owned the building where the roof came off. They were renovating the inside. Now here is a view from inside that building. Photographer Alan Bowling went inside right before the storm rolled through yesterday and shared this picture with us. He was wanting to capture the transformation. Employees at Mountain Comp tell us they just replaced a portion of the roof.
You know, this is a wonderful town and a wonderful community, and the buildings are very safe. It was just a freak accident, a horrible freak accident.
And they expect to continue that renovation process, but are waiting for a contractor to see what other structural damage they might be dealing with. Some Ohio towns are still torn apart tonight. An EF3 tornado moved through the Dayton area earlier in the week. This is video out of the Trotwood community. People here still have no power and no water. They are trying to clean up their property and cover windows and roofs before more rain comes in. Volunteers from Kentucky are in Ohio tonight. More than a dozen people with Kentucky Baptist Relief are cleaning up. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has an update from the Beaver Creek area.
This is Clubside Drive in Beaver Creek, Ohio. This is not one of the hardest hit areas, but if you look behind me, you can see there's a number of blue tarps on the roofs of houses. There are numerous trees down. Bottom line, a lot of cleaning up to do, a lot of headaches for a lot of the people to deal with, and that is the reason why Kentucky Baptist Relief is here. Now, I was with them earlier today, and they met with a man in a road nearby here, and I saw them help him remove a massive tree that had fallen across 2 backyards. It came down across the fence and left a big mess. Now, the homeowner talked with Kentucky Baptist chaplains while others worked to cut the tree to put on the curb or cut up in firewood. The crews will be here for a week, and they'll be focusing on residential areas where people, for whatever reason, do not have the means or the ability to cut up the limbs or the tree debris themselves. Now, we have seen Kentucky Baptist Relief do this kind of work in hurricanes. They do this after numerous floods that have happened all across the United States. In fact, volunteers tell me they have traveled worldwide to help people get through disasters. In Dayton, Ohio, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Phil, thank you. And Paige just let me know that they've just upgraded the strength of that tornado in the Dayton area to an EF4. Now, most of the volunteers you saw there are retired and respond to a variety of different natural disasters, from tornadoes to hurricanes to flash flooding situations. You can watch Phil's full story from Dayton and also, of course, keep up with the latest forecast here at home right now on WYMT.com.